And for everybody else, which is most of the world, welcome to the LIV Golf post-game show here. The Gallery Golf Club, the South Course in Tucson, Arizona. It's just spectacular. The green holes meandering through the Sonoran Desert here, and the action has been fabulous today. Our leader is Mark Leishman of Ripper GC. Had a one-stroke lead coming into today after his opening round of 66. 65 actually yesterday.
What a start.
This was for Eagle at the first. Well, his putter was purring yesterday, didn't need it on the first hole, did he? This was his third shot at the fifth.
Landed it over the slope, got it to check, nearly holed another one. Tap in there for birdie.
His second at the seventh.
Yeah, we saw him in 4 or 5 bunkers today, and he was brilliant out of all of them.
The following hole, his tee shot at 8.
David commented, at the time, he looks like a machine right now. Didn't hold up all the way in, but he did what he had to do to salvage it.
Yeah, he bogeyed 10 and then couldn't get a putt to the hole, but here at 17, that would lead to birdie.
So a great day for Mark Leishman. He just seems so calm. There was a little bit of a wobble mid-round, but he overcame it, and he's got I wouldn't say a healthy cushion, but it's certainly a decent situation going into the final day for him, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple of shots, players of these standards. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say, that the other players have got to have help. We said yesterday, Jerry, there's a 63 out there somewhere,
yeah,
as well as these guys play. Depending on where they put the flags, I don't know, we might see that tomorrow.
And you got Sergio Garcia right on your heels, 2 back, major champion. Louis Oosthuizen, also major champion, great player. So, yeah, you got your work cut out for you still.
Yeah, Charles Howell is there or thereabouts 3 back. He carded a 63 on the final day. Mike Ober to take out the win. Sergio today, just brilliant. 6 under par for his round. That was for birdie at the first. He's leading the Fireballs as well, who will have a one-stroke lead going into the final day. This was his second shot at 4.
Just gets it to land soft as could be on these very firm greens.
The LIV line for birdie at 9 here, Sergio.
It was our first made putt with the LIV line.
Not the LIV line's fault though, was it?
No, not at all. LIV line's pretty much always spot on.
That was for birdie at 11. Following hole, another birdie for Sergio. Missed a very short par putt at 16, but this to round things off with birdie at 17. Clenched fist from a fierce competitor who is enjoying his week here in Tucson, Arizona. And look, we know there's $4 million for the individual winner, but he has taken this team concept to heart. He loves being the captain of the Fireballs. He's got a very good young Latin flavor of his team. So on both fronts tomorrow, a huge day for Sergio.
Yeah, he just loves being on a team. A Ryder Cup, one of the greatest Ryder Cup players of all time, maybe the, leading points winner in Ryder Cups. He's won in 4 different decades. He can win tomorrow.
Yeah, he thrives on it. His last win 2.5 years ago in Jackson, Mississippi. So I don't know if he feels like he has something to prove. I think every player out here, to some extent, feels like they've got something to prove. That'll all settle out in time. But I think he is a little disappointed that they didn't do better in Mexico as well.
Louis Oosthuizen, there or thereabouts on 8 under par.
Yeah, and you worry about Louis' his elbow. It's so heavily bandaged up, it is swollen, it's hanging on by a thread, but hey, he keeps doing this.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it, would you? That was for birdie and the first for Louis. He is captain of Stinger. 66 yesterday, 68 today. This for his birdie at the third. Had a great start. Ended yesterday with 6 straight birdies, and he was in fine form early in his round today. This for birdie at 4. Did drop a shot at the second in between all of that, and then his second shot at 11.
Yeah, this is a beauty.
You know, he was in the gravel a couple times. One hole had to take an unplayable. He got rejected twice by the hole on his final hole of the day, and he's still right there.
Yeah.
There's Louis, all smiles as usual. Stinger 15 under par, 7 off the lead, but only 2 off the podium going into the final day.
Yeah, and this is a guy that won an Open Championship at St. Andrews by 7 shots. You know, I mean, truly an impressive player, one of the most beautiful swings on tour, and just a wonderful player to watch.
And this is one of the key aspects of LIV Golf that people, I think, are just getting used to now. Charles Schwartzel, who was our inaugural winner in London last year, Stinger won the first competition, didn't they, at Centurion. He's having a bit of a nightmare individually this week. He's not in contention, but if he goes round in a 63, 64, 65 tomorrow, he can contribute to perhaps Stinger getting on the podium or better.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about this team aspect. It can change so quickly. There are probably a half a dozen teams, maybe even more, you know, that can win this thing depending on how their individual players, you know, get off to a start tomorrow. The other players look at it and think, whoa, let's go.
Absolutely, and as differentiate it from just a standard stroke play competition, he's completely out of it. I think he's 3rd to last place right now. Yeah. But he knows that potential is there, and that is going to keep him so much more engaged, so much more driven tomorrow. The game obviously isn't cooperating at the moment, but he wants to go find that magic. He'll be out there hitting balls right now. He wants to go find that magic to help that team get across the finish line.
Here's a good one for you. You know, if we do have a playoff tomorrow, or 2 playoffs, you know, for the individual and the team, the captain gets to choose 2 players, right?
Correct.
You know, and if he doesn't, I mean, does he get to play twice? my head hurts.
Well, what if one of the
that is going to be an
individuals,
interesting decision, though.
If there's 2 playoffs, now you get it, and the individual would be on the team that's in the playoff.
Yeah,
he can't play in the team playoff. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, well, Stinger, they are 15 under par. 3rd place at the moment are Ripper GC on 17 under. It's more than just the golf out there on the course. There's a fan experience. This is somebody apparently ended up in the pool last night, so there are lifeguards there, thankfully. That was St. Patrick's Day. Now I'm sure.
Oh, that's snow.
This gentleman would perhaps rather be here in the sunshine, but this is in Jasper, Alberta.
Pretty good swing.
That's good action.
Yeah.
Who's going to go shag the golf balls, though?
Well, Don Boulet, who you got with you?
I got Louis Oosthuizen, who just said, I jinxed him today. Louis, we can't talk about your round without talking about what happened on 18. I mean.
Yeah, in the air, you know, Colin was saying good swing, and it felt really good. I pitched it exactly where I wanted to, 2 yards short of that pin. And yeah, hit the pin and came off the green, and then to have the same look with a chip. You know, I thought I was going to chip it in, to be honest with you, and then I'm standing over the putt, all of a sudden thinking, you better make this, because otherwise this is going to be a bad ending. But yeah, it is what it is.
I talked to Colin. He says it's his fault. He should have attended the flag twice.
Yeah, let's just blame it on the caddy.
I think you guys are in 4th place, just a few shots back in the team competition. You're in a good position. You haven't won since the very first event in London. You want to get this done tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah, we said last night, we said, you know, if we can do like a 9-10 under as a team, I think we can really shoot up there. Obviously, it was a bit more scoring today. You could see a lot of guys did a 9-10 under as a team. So yeah, we can do another thing like that tomorrow. I think we got a good shot, and we just need to go out and fire, man.
We were talking about how great South Africans are at bunkers just before you hit that one on 17.
Yeah, I wanted to change clubs. I was in between shots. It was either throw a long way up there with the club I had, and I should have gone to my 54 and just play the shot that I was visually seeing. So it was my bad. I just didn't change the club, and it was in between, and then just hit a poor shot. So I was pretty frustrated there.
Well, you're still in there individually and the team. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Louis.
Here are the Stinger bobbleheads. Dean Burmester is contributing. then we can see a case in point. Charles Schwartzel, it's not his week individually. He's 7 over par, completely out of it individually, but could yet have a say in how the team competition shapes up tomorrow. We had a packed house today. All the tickets went. It should be a great crowd tomorrow on the final day. Troy down on the practice tee with Eugenio Chacarra.
Eugenio, 4 birdies today, but we're always looking for more. So you just sent your wedges in to get your lofts and lies checked?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing fantastic from the tee, and my irons have been solid all around. So yesterday I had a couple bad wedges. I made a double in 11 from 80 yards, hit a tail wedge on the desert, and today kind of the same thing. I was in position every time, and I feel my wedges they're not as deal as normal. So I just feel like I'm not hitting the middle of the face as much as I'm hitting with the other clubs. So I was just wondering if my lie angles were right or not. They're gonna go check it. But I mean, it's just like I always say, just improving every day. I feel like my game is getting a little better every time. So it's just nice to see a good round out there, and hopefully I can have a good round tomorrow and be up there in the leaderboard. I mean, team is doing great, so he has a chance to win. So could be any proud of all of them.
Can you hit some of your some shots? And
yeah.
So you feel like your lie angles. Let's explain that to the audience. So lie angle is right.
I just feel, well, sometimes with with traveling and everything, the lie angles of the club kind of be twisted a little. So I just have my numbers of the lie angles that I normally like and I normally use. So I have the numbers, and they want in the truck, and they're gonna check if the lie angles are there, and if they're there, fine. It's just something on my technique, and if not, they will just put him back.
Are you generally more flat or upright?
I play 1 degree upright.
1 degree upright.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's see you hit some shots, because you're hitting some beautiful iron shots. I saw one note with your coach. It doesn't seem like you're doing it right now, but he mentioned something about kind of hanging back a little bit.
Yeah, my hip gets, from time to time I get a little like this, so I start hitting a little across the golf ball.
Just a little close?
Right, yeah, I get a little close. So just as a reminder to just put my body square. When I'm square, I kind of go rotate a little better to my left side.
Beautiful. So your general shot shape, obviously that was straight.
Yeah.
But what is your general shot shape that you're looking for?
Yeah, I just like kind of like 1 yard cat. That's what I feel like my swing is doing the best, and I can control the ball at the best. But I mean, I'm swinging it great. I mean, my driver's been unbelievable all week. My long irons are being good. I think I'm like 200 or 300 in par 3. So it's just being good. So I can wedge it a little closer and get my putt rolling. I think it's gonna be a good round tomorrow.
Do you feel your wedges, kind of the way that it impacts the ground more on full shots, or kind of just around the green and chipping?
Yeah, it's full shots. I mean, I've been hitting a lot of greens, so I don't chip that much, and my 60 is normally fine. It's just when I'm having like 90 yards to 130 yards, that's the gap that I'm, instead of hitting it to 10, 8 feet, 6 feet, I'm hitting it to 20 feet. That's just harder to make birdies, you know. My birdies today were 2 par 5s that I hit it gimme pretty much. Then I made a bomb on the first hole. I made like a 60-footer, and then the other one was, what hole I birdied the other one? I birdied 1 and 5, 4, and my other one was 9 that I hit it close. I mean, I hit it to like 4 or 5 feet. So it was just kind of those runs that I was fairway green, but I didn't hit it close enough to make a lot like. But it's just always something improve in golf. So it's nice to have that.
All right. Well, let's see you hit one last shot, and thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you, guys. That'll work. Thank you, guys.
Great stuff from Eugenio. And here he is with the Western New Mexico men's team, giving them some pointers. He's a former Oklahoma State man, isn't he?
Yes, and Wake Forest as well before that. Silver City, New Mexico, not far from Lordsburg, a little bit west of Truth or Consequences. That's where that's at.
Still only 22 years old. We're making a star out of Chacarra. Suan, who do you have with you?
Well, I had Brendan Grace, but he's chatting with Shaw right now, so I'm going to let him finish that. But Brendan, great round today, 4 under par. Now you've just set up this putting contraption here.
Yeah.
Can you just talk us through this whole setup?
You know, for me, what I do is, the bad thing I do is I intend to sneak. It's weird. On the putting green, my stroke goes out, you know, when I go back. On the golf course, I go in. I feel it's my weight that shifts back, and then my stroke just follows my body. But what I have here, I got a tee just to get the balls in the same position, the same time. I have my mirror here to make sure my shoulders is squarer. I'm never going to have it exactly in a straight line, but I get it as good as possible. And then I like to practice straight back, straight through, and that's why I've got the, you know, the T set up like that on that side.
All right, let's take a look.
I know, I'm under pressure here.
I've never seen him miss from there.
Hey?
Never.
Good.
See, I told you.
Oh, I thought you were going to jinx him.
That was it. What are you talking about?
You're done. You're done. We can go home now. Now, Team Stinger, you guys are 4th at the moment.
Yeah.
We asked your captain earlier, Louis, about winning. What would it mean to you guys to win again?
Yeah, it would be unreal. Listen, it's firstly, it's just great to be out here. We're having a great time with everybody on the team. I think the team gel really well as well, which is nice. And you know, we've got a new member, Dean, on the, you know, in the team as well, which is great, and we all get along with him. And so I think if we can just pull one out tomorrow, it would be amazing. We all have it in us. We have those low rounds. You know, we're actually trending in the right direction, so hopefully we can go low tomorrow.
Well, what is the secret to going low tomorrow on this golf course?
I feel just, you know, it's obviously we all say stay patient, but you know, if you can hit in the fairways, I think that's ticking the first box. And then not to get overly aggressive with the approaches. The greens are really well. If you just, you know, read it and get it there or thereabout, you're going to make some putts eventually. But you know, that's what I think you need to do. Just stay patient.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to your putting.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
Top man Brandon Grace, 5 under overall, a 67 today.
Thank you.
And Stinger are there or thereabouts in the team competition. But everyone is chasing the fireballs. Having said that, they were pegged back. Their lead is only 1 going into the final day over the high flyers. Eugenio Chacarra, you just heard from him with Troy. This was his 3rd shot at the 5th. Former world amateur number 2, Eugenio, won in Bangkok last year. Captain Sergio for birdie at 1. He's 9 under, 2 behind our individual leader, Mark Leishman. Carlos Ortiz, his 2nd shot into the 12th. No need for the putter there. Sergio with the live line for birdie at 9. Yeah. Now for birdie at 11. Sergio will be battling on both fronts tomorrow individually and as leader of the fireballs. Carlos Ortiz for birdie at 18. Here are the fireballs. Not Abraham Answer's day. He was 1 off the lead at the start of the day, slipped away, but they're all firing here in Tucson. Troy, back down to you.
I've got captain of the Ironheads, Kevin Na, behind me, working on irons, but you told me that you think you need to work on your tee-ball?
I do. I'm just warming up to the tee-ball.
You look so even out there. Tell me about what you think could be better.
I felt like my ball flight's a draw, and I felt like it wasn't turning over as I like to. So I'll hit some. I'm warming up to a driver, and my coach is Drew's coming.
Oh,
I
cool.
texted him. He's coming. And we'll work on it. It's mostly just set up, you know, and make sure that I bring it from the inside. Nice little draw. That's all I need.
We talked about that in Bangkok, remember, about coming from the inside, but you don't want to get too stuck, right?
No, there's a difference between coming from the inside and getting stuck. If you slide, you get stuck. But if you come from the inside this way with the shaft lays versus, you know, this way, it's a different inside.
Can you do that again for the camera?
So versus this, where the hand's leading and the club is not open, versus you come from the inside steep this way. It's different. It's hard to explain, but it's, yeah.
Do you think visually this course kind of kept you from letting it draw and turning over, or is it?
Some holes, yeah.
Some holes, yeah.
You know, with the wind and, you know, there's some cactuses out there. You don't want to overdraw it, and there's some more room on the right. You do one of those. Easy to do.
Let us watch some of your iron shots. So you hit a draw with your irons as well? No,
yes.
You hit a fade.
Yes, no. I hit draw. I mean, I hit fades when I need to.
Got it. So you kind of work
the
ball
wind's
both
in
ways.
off the left, so everything is going to look that way. But when I'm playing my best, it's like a 3 to 5 yard draw, like that.
I saw you look over at the leaderboard a little bit and kind of give a little smile there. Does that distract you, or does that pump you up?
No, it's fun. It's fun. I was seeing that Danny was playing well, and it looks like we're going to be playing together tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. Just keeping an eye on where the guys are at and where we're at, and it's fun.
Are you going to have a talk with your team
We
tonight?
always do. We always do.
I know you do.
We always
So
do.
what are you going to tell them?
That we're in 4th place, but it's 3 scores. So if 3, you can do it. If let's say 3 guys shoot 500 each. I mean, it's just 15 under. So.
You're a tough captain, though. I know you're going to give them some harsh words.
You know what Danny says? Because every time I make a bogey, your head pops into my head. Your face, I'm just like, oh man.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of faces popping into your head, your children are here, and they're absolutely adorable.
Thank you.
Your Halloween costume.
It's a lot of work.
Stays in my head. But what is that like having them here?
It's awesome, but like I said, 3 kids is a lot of work. I mean, thank God for the LIV daycare. They do an amazing job. The staff there are amazing. But when I get home, change diapers, wash up the kids, make sure they brush their teeth, put them to bed.
Well, you're the captain of a lot of teams, but good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Troy.
We'll let you get back to practice.
All right.
And answer to daughter Sophia as to why the Ironheads aren't in first place. They were briefly earlier on this afternoon, but they're still in with a shout. 15 under par. This is Danny Lee's tee shot at 3. We heard from Danny,
Really good, Danny.
in our studio yesterday. He says he just doesn't want to let the team down. It's one of the motivating factors for players in LIV Golf. You want to contribute and you don't want to let everybody else down. Kevin Na for birdie at the first, the par 5. Lee again for birdie at 11. Danny Lee, 7 under par overall. Same as his captain, Kevin Na, in the individual competition. That was for birdie at the 12th. Kevin Na with a 67 today, 7 under for the week. Ironheads top 3 looking good. Don Belay.
I'm with Anaban Lahiri. Anaban, you're 4 under par, pretty good playing, but you come straight to the putting green. Is there a part of the game that you need to work on?
No, it's just a work in progress. It was probably something that let me down a little bit in Mexico, so I've been at it. Yesterday as well, I mean, I found my putting rhythm early in the week, but kind of got away from me yesterday. Just trying to get back into the process and found myself getting very result oriented. So just trying to move away from that and, just working on reinforcing my process. So that's all I'm doing right now, yeah.
We saw Matt Jones with a similar contraption yesterday, but it's a little bit different. What are you working on here?
Standard, I think you'll see a lot of us carrying a mirror. Obviously everyone putts differently. Everyone has different ways of setting up. But for me, my tendency is when my eyes get too far away from the ball instead of being closer to it over the ball vertically, then my stroke kind of goes in and out, gets a little funky. So I've been working on my posture a lot. And this is just one of those checks that I try and do as often as I can, yeah.
There's a tournament on the Asian Tour right now with some of your very good friends who are really in contention, especially Chica, who you're very close to. You've been following it very closely, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been following, all the Asian Tour events, but the ones in India obviously closer to my heart. Delhi Golf Club also one of my favorite places to play golf. Chica and me have been on the phone going back and forth. Rashid's playing really well. I'm happy to see that. He's kind of found some form the last few months. So it's great to see, great to see a lot of our boys stepping up and doing well. I think Chica led last week as well. So, I'm hoping he has a fantastic Sunday and has a breakthrough. But, I wish all the Indian boys the best, more of us that can come through and win better for all of us.
And let's hope so. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Dom.
Great to hear from Anaban Lahiri on our post-game show. And this is Anaban's Instagram feed. Happy Holly, everyone. Thank you, Dubai, for reminding me of my childhood. And we have a special guest in the studio. Well, Jerry, take it from here, your man.
Yeah, really.
Brendan Steele. I mean, he's the treasurer of your fan club.
I've been pumping his tires all week. You know, Phil Mickelson said something, welcoming Brendan to the team in Mexico, which was he's one of the best top 3 drivers of the golf ball in the game. That is so huge in golf generally. He's had a heck of a career thus far, just starting the second career right now. First of all, welcome to LIV, and it's great to see you in here, but thanks for making me look kind of smart.
Well, that was really the key.
Yeah.
You know, I just wanted you to look good. Yeah. So thanks for giving me the motivation for that.
Well, I've already done my part. You've won already. Now, you just got to go out and let it happen, because you've already won, so you just got to go out and let it happen tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it.
Make me look even smarter.
Perfect.
No, you played great. You drive the ball great all the time. And take a look at some of your highlights from today at the 17th hole, your 3rd shot. Talk us through some of them.
Yeah, just driver 3-wood up to the front there on the par 5, and then a little bump into the hill. Was able to get that one to do kind of what I was after.
Birdie at 4.
Birdie at 4. Trying to remember the hole. There we go. Yeah, this is number 8. This is a wedge, downwind. You kind of have to land it in the false front there in order to get it close. Otherwise, it'll go over the green. And I hit it right on the number there.
And then for birdie at 12.
I think your putting's always been maybe an underrated part of your game, as is the distance you hit the ball. It's what I think a lot of golfers call sneaky long. How do you generate it, and is it the flat ball flight that creates the added distance?
I mean, I think just hitting it solid is the most important thing. I've tried hard the last 10 years to work on my fitness because I wasn't a long player when I first got on tour, when I first turned pro, and so I've worked hard at that to try to add some speed, and I'm definitely at 39 now, a lot faster than I was at 29. So that's been really helpful.
What's the psychology going into the final day? Because you're 8 under par, you're only 3 behind Mark Leishman individually, but you're high flyers and Phil Mickelson is your captain. You're only 1 behind the fireballs. How do you keep across it all?
Yeah,
How do you compartmentalize?
It's super exciting for us. I mean, I love this team. I love the guys. So for us to do well, it's just that much sweeter, and obviously had a really great day today. We're going to need something crazy like we did today. I think we were 15 under today, so we're going to need something like that again, and I hope to do my part and help the team to victory, and if that's good enough to give Leash a scare, then that's great.
Well, we've got some innovations here on the LIV Golf coverage. You probably didn't see them because you were too busy out there
playing
on the golf course.
Yeah.
This is called the LIV line. Jerry, take it away.
It's a computer-generated graphic that shows you the initial starting point and then the break of the putt in the little chevron arc there, as you know, that is calculated on about a foot past the hole. And we finally had our first putt made on the LIV line today.
Very cool.
There you go.
That's great.
Yeah, we'll organize a handheld for you tomorrow so that you can...
Perfect. I mean, it's crazy for the fans to see just how much the ball actually breaks, you know, on some of these putts. Like, you know, you see Abe there from like 12 feet, and he's playing 3 feet of break.
Yeah, this one gets way above it initially, and then soft enough speed finds the hole. It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
What's the plan tonight?
My wife and daughter got here last night, and my sister-in-law and niece. So I got the 4 girls. We're going to head to dinner. My daughter's in the pool right now doing the water slide and all that stuff. So probably go catch up with them and then get cleaned up and go to dinner with the 4 girls.
And I know that you and Phil are very close. You've been helping each other out with your game and various aspects and strengths that you both have, which are plentiful. What is he like as a captain?
He's fantastic. I mean, he gave us a little speech after the practice round in Mexico, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, he's being a true captain. He's firing us up. You know, he's including everybody. He and Amy both are really creating a great culture for our whole team. We had a team dinner on Tuesday night with 24 people, I think. So,
wow.
Yeah, everybody that's involved is family, and it's been really, really cool. And he and I have been trying to help each other. Last week, we spent some time on my wedges and his driving, and it seems to be paying off.
That's awesome. I'm just looking out for the bag full of High Flies merch that you... Oh, you've not brought a bag full of High Flies merch
swag.
for us. Oh, no swag.
Pitching a no swagger.
We'll get you hooked up.
It's
Don't worry.
a swag-free zone. Thank you for joining us. Absolutely brilliant speaking to you, Brendan. And your man backs you all the way.
It's
So let's see
Nostradamus.
what happens. See what happens tomorrow. And then you can see Brendan Steele on 8 under par, 3 behind our leader going into the final round, Mark Leishman. Sergio Garcia, it's going to be a great day tomorrow. He is 9 under par. Charles Howell had a fabulous last round in Mexico a few weeks ago. He's 8 under. Don't rule out Kevin Na or Matthew Wolf as well. The team leaderboard Brendan's High Flyers 21 under par, just one behind the Fireballs. Cam's Ripper GC in third place. And again, don't sleep on Stinger or the Ironheads. The party, well, it's just getting started here. Bit of line dancing going on here. Our coverage tomorrow starts at 1 o'clock Eastern. Be sure to join us for that. We're off to do a bit of line dancing. I think I'll take Jerry's lead on this.
Not sure we're going to forget this very soon.
I think I put my hip out. Have I even attempted this? Been a brilliant day here in Tucson, and it's going to be even better tomorrow. Can't wait for you to join us. We'll avoid the rattlesnakes at all costs. Leishman has a 2-stroke lead going into the final day. The Fireballs lead by 1. You won't want to miss Championship Sunday here. The LIV Golf League in Tucson. It all ends tomorrow.